Hey everybody, Logan here. Today, well, I'm doing a follow-up video, you could say. Follow-up video to something that I unboxed about 5 months ago. Yeah, that sounds about right. And that is the Razer Wolverine V3. I wasn't too thrilled with that. At that $200 price point, I honestly didn't think it was worth it. Especially I had problems right out of the box. The programmable buttons, well, the mappings wouldn't stay mapped to the buttons. So what did I do? Yeah, I ended up returning it. I didn't get another one. I didn't replace it. I just told them that, and I got myself a refund because 200 bucks is a lot. Well, they also came out with a wired one at the time, and now they came out with new versions of the V3, like I said they would in that video, but this time they're in white. I got the Wolverine V3 Tournament Edition, the wired edition. Why? Well, it's half the price, $99.99 compared to $199. And the only difference in the wireless one is wireless and the case. A lot of people were in my comments saying, hey, the tournament edition is worth it. The tournament edition is the better choice. I prefer wired myself because of latency issues, but there are a lot of people that love the wireless and refuse to play anything that isn't wireless. But at this price point, it seems a bit more justifiable at $100 compared to $200. This is also the newest version, like I said there would be. From what I was told, there is a firmware update and maybe some updated internals. Not 100% true on that. It could be, couldn't be, I don't know. That's one thing, it's just hearsay, right? Well, we're gonna unbox it, we're gonna take a look, and then we're gonna test it out, see if it's any good. See if this one is the better one at 100 bucks compared to, well, 200. Here we go, the Razer Wolverine V3 Tournament Edition, White Edition, and yeah, Xbox, Razer, mechanical key buttons, Hall effect thumbsticks, and triggers. And if you look, it's got all the Razer stuff on it. Look at the back, Hall effect thumbsticks, mouse click back buttons, and 2 claw grip bumpers, detachable 10-foot USB cable, Razer Mecha Tactile action buttons, and 8-way floating D-pad. Pro level customization for Xbox and PC, Razer Pro hyper triggers. Wait, hyper triggers? I thought they were Hall effect. Weren't they Hall effect triggers? Wonder if that's just the way they call them. Don't know. But as you can see, this is for Xbox Series XS and Windows 10, not for Xbox One. Interesting. I'm sure it'll still work on Xbox One, right? If you just pop it in? Don't know, but Series XS and Windows 10 11 right on the box. So let us unbox this and see what's inside. Well, that was an interesting setup for a box. Yeah, that's right. I think the other one had a case. The wireless one had a case, so it was a lot easier. But that is a very long cable. Looks pretty sturdy. Now, the controller does feel the same. Everything's mechanical. So if you love the fact that it's mechanical, there you go. I like the clean look of the white. It's funny, back in the Xbox 360 days, everybody wanted a controller that wasn't white. Now, people prefer the white accessories for some reason. I always think it's just the one that people don't get with their initial console. Say the Xbox is initially black, they want a white controller. If they get a Series S and their controller's white, they want a black controller. I don't know. People like what they don't have for some reason. It's really weird, you know? It's like maybe we were born that way. So I decided to pick this one up. It's got a clean look to it. The only thing I worry about with the white is finger juices, as I call it. So it's probably going to get dirty, especially the textured grips and maybe the face. So I'm going to show you something about that in a moment. So if we look at the top, this is the exact same as the Wolverine V3, but you have your Type-C here, your claw buttons, bumpers, triggers, trigger locks. Those are really good trigger locks. I forgot how good those trigger locks were. Mechanical, programmable back buttons. So in all intents and purposes, this is a fantastically built controller. It is very comfortable in the hand, and if you're going to be playing competitively, this might be one of the absolute best options. But just simply in terms of design, yeah, that's great, but how does it perform? Is there any latency issues? We're going to test that as well. Here we go. We're going to test it via controllertest.org. This is the one I've been using lately, and it's actually been, pretty spot on when it comes to testing these controllers. As you can see with the little image, you can see it's connected and everything's working, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's scroll down just a bit, and then you can see exactly all the buttons and everything. Interesting. One thing I've noticed, I have been testing, faster controllers as of late. This is good. This is really good. If you look at all their settings, everything says great. Everything is listed at less than an average of 3.2 milliseconds. I think the highest one I'm looking up here is 3.4 milliseconds, and that's on the X button. And the stick clicks, the D-pad looking at 3.8, but this is just roughly around between 13 and 23 clicks. Yeah, I think the highest one we have up here is X, and X still sitting at 3.3. Let's see some of the higher ones. The D-pad up, yeah, D-pad up has the highest latency. But if you look at it, the minimum latency on the A button. Minimum latency. Yeah, they're all looking around. The minimum latency is 0.5 milliseconds. I guess it depends on your press, but that is still really good. It isn't the best that I've seen, but I think it's still really, really, really good. So for $100, you're in a much better category. You got the mechanical buttons for everything, Hall effect sticks, and an extremely low latency. And it feels really nice. Let's test it out. Let's see how it feels in the hand while playing. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very similar to the other one, but we gotta do it. Before we get into gameplay, I decided to run it through the app. Let's take a look at the Razer app for this controller first. And lo and behold, there's an update. Boop, boop, boo. Boop, boop, boo. All right. So you have taken the first step of optimizing your gameplay. Tell me more. So it tells you everything that I've already gone over. That's cool. So it gives you everything. Hyper triggers. Yeah. Ultra precise analog control. Yeah. Okay. Hall effect precision thumbsticks. Detachable, yeah, everything I read on the box. Pro level customization for Xbox and PC. That is the important thing. So yes, you're back to the creating a profile, and you can let's just stick with the normal one. Let's create a second one. We'll call it profile 2. Very creative on my part. Very, very creative. Save that one. So we'll go to profile 2, and we will edit. Let's do, you can change the haptic strength. That's nice. So there are some people that like stronger. Wow, that's really Heavy, we'll leave it at 4. That is a really strong rumble. Let us do assign buttons. This is a very important thing to me because, like I mentioned in the previous videos, the button assignment did not stick. And that was such a problem for me. So let us do... we're going to say X there. There, let's just say... let's just do B. All right, and then on the back, we'll pick random ones. We'll say, let us do, I don't know. What do we do on the other ones? X and B. Let's say A and Y. Here, I'm going to let's make it triggers. Let's do this with triggers. So let's do R trigger and L trigger. That's fine. All right. So we're gonna hit that, and we are going to hit done. All right, everything's done there. Let's jump into the game. Like I always do, it's Exoprimal. People ask me in almost every video, what's the game? That's why I put that up there. That, yeah, up there it says Exoprimal, so you guys know what I'm testing. All right, controller feels fine. We're gonna test the initial buttons and then I'll go with the mapped ones. Oh, the trigger locks are, woo. That's gonna take some getting used to. Let's turn off the trigger lock. Yeah, it's easier without the trigger locks because I'm so used to it, but the trigger locks will definitely come in handy. So let's put those back on. All right, so let's... Everything seems to be all right. Can't place anything. All right. You know what we got to do? See if the button's stuck. Mapping is sticking. That is very, very important to me. I thought the wireless version was great, but with mappings that did not stick, terrible. Whee! Did that go right underneath him? That's interesting. Alright. Okay, that had me worried a little bit because when I was playing this on the PC the other day while testing controller, for some reason the grenades would keep going straight through the enemy bodies, and that was really weird. Here it's not doing that because this is the Xbox. This is fantastic. This is officially now my favorite controller. This is, I think, my favorite controller right now. Price-wise, okay, but don't take price into consideration. And I prefer wired. Yes, lower latency. I love the feel of the controller. Everything works the way it's supposed to do. Now I will definitely give a thumbs up to this controller. I will say, yes, this is a buy. This is at $100. You get wired, you get low latency, you get mechanical, you get programmable haptic feedback. You got, like, it's just fantastic. I mean, just a button stick. The controls are all clicky and nice, but the good kind of clicky, not the overly loud clicky. Everything in here is just great. This is a fantastic package. Now, Razer, I will definitely say, yes, purchase this controller. $100 is much better than $200. I don't think just to have a case and it to be wireless is worth the extra $100 bump. You can get 2 of these, one in black and one in white, for the same price that you can get one wireless one. This is definitely the way to go. I can't recommend this enough. I do love my GameSir G7 SE. I love the HE. I love the PowerA Fusion Pro wireless. But you know what? I love the Fusion Pro 4. That is really nice too. But I love the colors on the Pro wireless. But hey, for the price point and what you get here, yeah, I think the only one that can really hold a candle to this one is the Fusion Pro 4. It just has everything. I do love my GameSirs. I do really love them, and for that price you can't beat them. But if you want something really high-end for a not super high-end price, this is the way to go. Yes. Sorry, I've rambled on enough, but comparison videos on the way. This is definitely worth it. I think this is a fantastic controller. Razer has redeemed himself in my eyes. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. God bless you all. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.